Okay, let's read Proverbs 23 verse 18 together. Surely there is a future and your hope will not be cut off. Now, if you read this verse alone, you might think like, wow, this is very encouraging because number one, we have a future and also we have hope, and it's like a very uplifting message, and it's a great message to start with in this year 2025, but not just this year, but next year and so on. And anybody can say this, right? I mean, if you're a famous speaker or you are a great politician, you might say, yes, we have a future, a bright future, and your hope will not be cut off. But we need to look at in the context of God's word. Why do we have the future and why we have the hope? So let's look at the previous verse, verse 17. It says, do not let your heart envy sinners, but live in the fear of the Lord always. Okay, so that is the previous verse that shows the context of this verse, verse 18. Do not envy sinners. That means, when you look at sinners, if they are prospering, even though they're not believing in Jesus and they're sinning all the time, but their business is going well, and their children are doing well, and probably you might be jealous of that person, but we don't have to, because it says in verse 17, do not let your heart envy them, envy sinners, but live in the fear of the Lord. Fear of the Lord. So this is the context of today's verse. Do not envy those people who are sinning against the Lord, but fear of the Lord. That means you are it's not afraid of God, but this is the reverence for the Lord. You are amazed by the glory of God, and you live by His word, and you always obey His word. That's what fear of the Lord. And also in this verse 17, it says, always live in the fear of God always, not just on Sunday morning, but every day. And then surely there is future. So, which means if you always fear the Lord, then you have the future, and your hope will not be cut off. So this type of fear is this type of hope and future coming out from the fear of the Lord, consistent fear of the Lord. So not from the wealth, or not from the fame among the people, but it's coming from the Lord when we truly worship Him all the time. So let's have this hope and let's have this future together.